everybody.
Hello.
So, just to catch y'all up to speed, because I do know that it has been a while since the last one. So, you all just got done pretty well just fighting against big fuck all minotaurs. They did a number on you. Almost killed one of you. Until. But, Lulu was able to pull y'all mostly out of there because I admittedly kind of rushed a little bit of her memory unlocking. Just sort of like, okay, maybe she should just unlock her memories now. And just remembered that she can do banishment. Okay, she remembers that now. Uh, but you were able to do it. And you were able to get the Helm of Torm off of Ravengard. He's back to normal, if a little bit groggy from his sleepies. He just had to take a little bit of a break inside the walking bathtub. Into your resident walking bathtub. But in that bathtub, it was revealed that he did see a vision of a woman in armor, wearing the colors of El Turel, grasping a sword fit for an angel, he described it. And that sort of jarred Lulu's memory into remembering that, oh yeah, I kind of remember Zariel. And I remember that she had a sword that she sort of lost. And she sort of plunged into the ground to sort of like protect Lulu as Lulu sort of escaped. And that place is now stuck in what can only be described as just a big fleshy demon mound now that is somewhere in Avernus. But the only other thing that Lulu could remember is that, let's see. That she came upon two odd, like, she remembers a junkyard, and she remembers two Kenkus sort of helping her along. So she kind of uses that as the only lead to find the sword, essentially. Essentially, it's to rush to get that sword, essentially. So we're going to go ahead and expedite that trip, and you all are basically kind of back in that underground sort of crypt, or you finally y'all finally got out of that, and Lulu is now flying up to basically kind of just go to the top of the cathedral and to look and find out the direction of said scrapyard. So, yeah, and that's where we left off, if I remember. Alright, so to continue off from that, so Lulu flies up, and you see her fly all the way to the tippy top, and you see her sort of circle around, do a couple of rotations and circle around the top of that tower for a little bit until she stops, and you kind of see her point her trunk, sort of like an arm, sort of in the direction of, like sort of a, oh shit, that's where it is, sort of hand gesture. Or what would be if Lulu had hands, because elephant. But she points her little trunk in that direction, and she's like, and then she sort of flies down. She begins like quickly, hummingbird like flap her wings quickly just to sort of get down, and she's just sort of like, okay, I know where it is. I saw it. It was like, it looked like 10 miles? 10 miles from here, maybe? It was 10 miles from here. Yeah, I found it. Yes, we could go there. I think. Yes. And she's just kind of out of breath for how quickly she just sort of flew up there. A lot has happened to this little elephant in such a short amount of time.
Oh, baby.
So she's just sort of like, now she's, oh. It finally just sort of, you see this look of like, oh. Yeah, okay, hold on. Question, do we still need a priest to bless the fucking safe place? Well, now that you have the Helm of Torm, you can basically kind of use that as the holy thing. Since the priest, unfortunately, he sort of disappeared. The one priest that you were supposed to get there to do that. But you have Ultgard and you have the Helm of Torm, which should be enough to sort of bless the place's sort of protection. So, yeah.
What is Sussy Baka?
He just sort of, yep. But anyways, in fact, Ultgard sort of
Very.
looks to that, and he's just sort of like, well, it looks as though you all already have your next direction to go to. And he sort of looks around as trying to, I don't know, did you leave the helmet with him, or did one of you take the helm?
Olga picked it up.
So Ultgard sort of looks over to Olga, and it's just sort of like, if you'll allow me, miss, I would kindly ask that you hand over the helm to my position.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not gonna mess with your head again?
Well, if one of you would be so willing as to hand some holy water, I think I might be able to at least cure some of the impurities from this, if there is any. Though I do believe that, that slap that I received was enough to literally knock the impurities out of me, as it were.
Damn.
Oh, that's good at least. She passes the helmet over.
Lord, that was a mighty slap. It's a backhand, too, Jesus. I mean, Torm.
Bitch knows how to swing. Got a lot of respect for him.
Whichever god decided to intervene, I am thankful. Hopefully with this helm, we might be able to at least pull up our defenses long enough. Or at the very least, I plan on staying here in El Terrell to bolster the defenses a little bit more. If you all wish to head down to possibly heal yourselves up for your journey, you're more than welcome to. We do have the supplies. And, Ultgard takes the flask. And Ultgard does take it. And Puddles, as she offers the holy water, she says, "Are you sure you'll be okay?" To which Ultgard is like, "I am sure." Hopefully the gods will... Well, I suppose if that slap was any indication, the gods are indeed watching us. And they are watching with great care. So, I suppose that hopefully indicates that we have their favor. Even in this realm.
He said, we're gonna... Olga looks at Enzo. You look like you could use some healing, huh?
Enzo smiles a little. What gave you that idea?
I don't know. Maybe it's something about your, the wave of your tail.
His tail gives a little wave, prompted.
She kind of like nods very knowingly at the wave, like, yes.
And yes, she was planning on doing a mass healing wave, a mass healing word, if that's what she wanted to do.
Enzo is down for anything.
Enzo's
either just doing the mass healing word, or like actually sitting down somewhere and taking a rest.
Lulu and Ultgard are just sort of like, they just sort of look at each other and just shrug, and Lulu's just, I guess everyone in the immediate area, at least a little bit. I mean, him more so than anyone. He No, Lulu just sort of points her trunk at Enzo.
Enzo leans against the wall. I am a fragile baby bird.
Because I was going into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
It's not their cover.
Wow.
I can heal up to 6 people if anybody has any hit points missing.
So I know Puddles herself has hit points missing.
She does. She will include herself in this.
Puddles herself does. I don't know if... Let's see if Olga is included in that.
Olga doesn't actually need healing, but so if anybody else needs it.
I mean, if it goes up to 6, you might as well. But
if I only need to do 2 people, I can do a smaller spell.
Yeah, that might be smarter.
Yeah.
Let me see what prayer of healing does really quick.
Okie dokie. Fresh air breeze.
It's also a 6 creature one. Let me see if I can up the level of cure wounds.
You should be able to dump a spell slot into cure wounds.
Okay, I can use higher spell slots for it. How hurt is Enzo again? How many hit points is he missing?
I think he was at like 10.
He's at 10 out of 50 now.
10 out of 50, so he's got
Out
about...
of 50.
Out of... Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's very hurt. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to use my new level 4 spell slot.
Wow. Okay.
He needs a lot of healing, right? And
Yeah,
we're low on healing potions.
Yep. So...
Let's see, so D8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4D8.
Wow.
Should I roll or should Enzo roll? I don't know.
You would roll, since you're the one casting the spell.
Okay. Yeah, this is D8, right?
Yes, it's the weird diamond thing.
So a 6. Another 6. Write these down.
I'll do it. 6, 6,
A 4
and a 4,
and a 3.
and a 3. 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 hit points.
Yay.
That's something.
Thank you.
So Puddles, you just sort of clap your hands together as your hands start to glow as you are amassing a lot of prayer to your god. As you just sort of take your hand to Enzo's back as he begins feeling the good light of Eldoth just sort of flow through him a little bit as he's all healed up.
Should we do that again, or do you think you're good enough, or what do you think?
I could help heal him.
Oh. She sort of gestures him to come over. By all means.
Yeah, Willie's gonna walk up.
And so fucking waves his hand. I'll fret far too much.
You're the one who goes into the thick of it all the time. We gotta make sure you're in ship shape.
I'm in excellent shape, I'll have you know.
You
I
are
think-
in a shape. For sure.
I think those minotaurs were just cheating. I think they were taking supplements, that's all.
I think it's not gonna hurt me at all to cast Cure Wounds, so I'm gonna do that.
you insist. I do appreciate the help. And like he looks and gives a genuine smile.
Aw.
Eight. Let me see. Aha! Okay, so I cast it at second level, so I am now out of second level spell slots, but that's okay because I don't really need any of my other second level spells right now. So that's 3 plus 8 plus 4, 7. So 7. That's 15. That's 15.
Okay.
Ooh,
How's he looking now?
44? Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot better.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, after with Willie's and Puddles' healing, Enzo's just kind of looking just a little bit scratched up. So, but not really too worse for wear. Any injuries he has, he can kind of take it. Not unlike our cleric, who surprisingly took an axe to the shoulder.
Right. And still hasn't done diddly squat about it because she's that kind of person.
In fact, you still...
Hey, Puddles!
Yeah?
Actually, Enzo will turn it on her, like, what about you? You took a pretty heavy hit back there. Are you sure you're not the one in need of healing?
You say as she's just smiling with a huge axe gash in her shoulder.
Right? She's not smiling. It's a very serious situation. But she's kind of like... I mean, I could use some healing, but... if we have any more fights... I'm not sure about using up all my spells. Like... I'm okay. I can take another hit probably just fine.
Well, let me see what I can do. I might be able to do at least a little bit of something. Let's see. Oh.
And she's just sort of...
Oh.
She's just
It's
sort
like
of
we
thinking...
have two clerics.
Let's see. Oh, wait. Yes, I think I can do one more cure wounds on someone. I can do one more. And I think I won't be able to do much else until the next day. But anyways,
So she just sort of flutters over, and she goes and she casts Cure Wounds on Puddles. Let me just quickly... I guess I've got to look at my own compendium. Just 1d8. It's not going to be much, but okay. It's going to be at least something. Oh, Lulu.
What was it?
You only get healed 3 HP.
Oh.
So
Well.
you see Lulu try to muster that light,
Oh.
and it's not coming out as much as she thought it would, but boy did she try.
Well, thank you, Puddles. Or, Lulu, I appreciate it. I'm Puddles.
yes, wrong one. Wrong soft-spoken healer.
Alina is tired.
It's
So
okay. Pat.
Hey, I do have a question, actually, when it comes to hit points. When
Yes,
you're damaged and you get new hit points, do you add onto your damaged hit points, too?
Well, I mean, you kind of damage into the pool, I guess. You add up, like what you've been doing.
Well, like, I changed my base hit points, but I didn't change how many I had left.
Yes, so that's correct. It doesn't scale. Like, the damage you have doesn't scale with any new HP you have. The pool that you have just increases, essentially. But the damage you have left and the hit points you have left still remain.
Okay.
So if you had 34 hit points before the level up, you would still have 34 hit points even with the level up. It just means that by the time you're healed fully again, you're up to 59 instead of
I see.
the 50.
Okay.
I can't believe Puddles still has more hit points.
She's this little bitty tank.
She's a cleric. In fact, if
my cleric in another campaign is so goddamn squishy.
Well,
He has the lowest hit points of his whole party.
Wow. Yeah, I really worked on her being able to go everywhere and being able to withstand a lot.
That's very. Does she have a high Constitution modifier?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
one of her highest modifiers.
Yeah, that's smart. Meanwhile, me with Nas's Constitution modifier of 0.
It's actually really normal for a grung to have it, so.
So, yeah, I guess grung are just... Yeah, with a +3 modified constitution. Yeah, Puddles can take a fucking hit.
She's amazing, and I love her.
This tiny little frog was able to hold a giant axe and take the hit in the shoulder.
And then he died her next attack.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, so Lulu looks to you and, she just bows her head just sort of apologetically. It's just sort of like she is like,
I'm sorry I couldn't do more than that.
You'll get better. And it did help.
Well, good.
And let's see, so what are you all wanting to do now? Are you all wanting to stay and rest to maybe try to heal up just a pinch more? Or are y'all wanting to get the move on?
Is this place protected now?
You can go down into the cathedral and it is protected. It is protected enough.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, if we do take a rest, Willie can take the shield and attune to it.
Yep. He certainly can.
Isn't there a thing I can use to heal a little bit too during a short rest?
You have the healer feat.
Oh, I do. I don't remember what that does.
Let me see.
Where do I find that? I need to learn how to look up this stuff myself.
Look it up just one thing. Yep, as an action, you can spend the use of your healer's kit. Yeah, if you have a healer's kit, you can basically just use it to restore. You can spend an action to tend to a creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points. Plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. And the creature can't regain hit points from this feat again until it finishes a short or long rest. So I guess if you wanted to just fart out, if you wanted to just use the feat now, then take the rest and gain the feat back, you could.
Oh, that would work.
So, are you wanting to just go ahead and do that?
Yeah, she'll do that.
To who?
Herself.
Okay. So you're just, no. It's like, no, I'm good. And you just sit down, cross-legged, and just sort of.
Because it sounds like Enzo's a lot better, and she still has only, what is it, 30 something hit points.
So what's your maximum number of hit die? So you have hit die of 5d8. So 5 hit die.
Do I have to use all of them?
So no, it's essentially just, it's 1d6 plus 4 plus 5.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, so 1d6. That's just the normal square one.
Yep, just a normal gambling dice.
Oh, that is a 6.
Oh, bye, Del.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, what happened?
Hi, Del.
15. Oh, that was worth it.
Oh. Okay. So, it's,
I got 15.
yeah, 15 hit points. Yeah, so. I think that heals you up close to your max.
15 53.
53, yeah.
That was worth it.
So, yep, Puddles just sort of sits down and starts taking out her healer's kit. She's, you're kind of just biting your teeth as you're just stitching up the wound as best you can. You stitch up that axe wound well enough.
On her back somehow with her magic skills.
Yep, you're just kind of moving your arms just back with your hand, twisting your arms as best you can to get it. You're just...
And so, like, hey, do you need help?
I'm trained.
No, I got this.
No, I got this. As
Pretty
she's
much.
biting a block of wood. She's I've trained for this. I've trained for this. And by the time she's done, she's just, yep, her shoulders all wrapped up. Thumbs up.
Okay, where were we?
Oh, this is spits out the block of wood that she was biting on.
Yeah, honestly, she probably wouldn't let Enzo help because she's poisonous.
Yep.
He'd back off, but like seeing her struggle at all, he would have to be a gentleman and be like, "May I offer? No? Okay, well, that's right."
You sure you don't want me to spot you there, bud? Nope.
I'm good. She said this through a block of wood.
No, I'm good.
She just starts hissing, "Get away from me!"
No, she does the sand frog scream. Just...
No. No. That's a warrior scream anyway. That's during a fight.
That's Puddles' warrior scream. Just
Squeaky toy frog.
And this is why Puddles is Eldoth's favorite frog. Favorite frog. Okay. Is everyone still good? I know Del was having a little bit of trouble with their connection. He seems to, yeah, he's doing it. He's typing. Okay, good. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So, now that you all are good, unless you all want to do anything else, we can go ahead and just kind of continue forward if you'd like. If there's not any sort of downtime activity or something you're wanting to do.
So real quick, did we take a short rest?
Yes, I guess this would count as a short rest.
Oh, okay.
So, this would count as a short rest.
Yay, my key points!
Your key points are back. Our resident warlock gets their spell slots back.
And I basically can use my healer's kit again. That's what I get back, right?
Yeah, you also gain any feat stuff. If y'all have feats that need to recharge, y'all gain them back, essentially.
Wait, I forget. How long did Grung have to sit in a tub? Let me see.
Oh, I haven't been thinking. Well, okay. I am saying that it is keeping track. Just to keep track.
I know she needs to as soon as she can. She was on the verge last time. I
Yep.
don't know how time works here, but I forget.
I guess that's up to me.
Maybe while we're chilling, she can just hang out in the tub.
I gotta
Olga
see.
can pour some water in there.
I gotta see how long. At least 1 hour. Okay, that would be a short rest.
Yeah, so we can just say that during that short rest, you just kind of told Utgard, "Hey, could you get out of the tub for a second?" Utgard's like, "Yeah, okay, I'm basically fine now." And he just sort of gets up.
This whole conversation, he's just been in the tub.
Yep. It's like, "Yeah, I'm basically fine now." He just sort of gets up. After he's like, "After you." He just sort of walks off.
She actually kind of guides the a tub away from everybody.
And
for some privacy.
the tub follows.
Yes.
Just waddles behind you as you're kind of guiding it a little bit.
It's like, I'll be right back.
Hell yeah, it's a good day to be a warlock where short rests bring me back my my spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Key points.
And so Puddle's gonna ask Olga, hey, can I borrow your decanter of water?
Yeah.
So
She
Yeah,
actually
Olga
starts
would've-
she starts to leave and is like, wait a minute.
you need water.
And then heads back. It's like, hey, can I borrow your water thing?
Oh, you need water? And Olga holds out the decanter.
Thank you. I'll be right back with it.
You're welcome. Enjoy your little soak.
Thanks. She's looking pretty dry too.
I mean,
so
if y'all are wanting this to be a long rest, you can. This may be the last time you do a long rest.
Really?
Yeah.
We could take like an 8-hour nap.
If we're doing a long rest, Olga's gonna pull out some shit. She's gonna need to use the decanter a little bit, but I completely believe that she is fully capable of cooking them a meal with what she carries around with her, and she will do so.
Okay, so it's in-game time. Lasts at least 8 hours. So, I mean, I guess y'all can choose an activity. It's either reading, talking, eating, or standing watch. Yeah. So, we can just say that y'all just sort of go down to the crypt and rest.
I know Puddle's basically just
Olga
fell asleep.
casts Create Bonfire and begins cooking.
Aww.
Create a bonfire.
This is a cantrip too.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, in fact, since you all are now down into the crypt, I guess Thrustwell is there too. And Thrustwell's just sort of like, huh? I've just been using Devil Fire this whole time. Guess that's better. It doesn't tend to explode.
I mean, I don't personally have access to Devil Fire, so
Yeah, that's probably good. Well, it's not no long rest period. It just means one of you is literally going to have to stand watch. It just means one of you is going to have to stand watch. So it will likely be
Olga, because she doesn't need sleep. She can meditate. She can kind of I mean, there's other people around.
It's gonna be incredibly useful.
Oh yeah, but you're safe under the crypt. It's literally a bunch of people. It's literally a bunch of people.
Does that count though? That she doesn't need to sleep but can still do a long rest without sleeping?
I mean, yeah.
It's
still.
She requires a rest. She requires half the time as meditation. She won't be asleep, but
Yeah. I
and I
guess.
think it's a safe place, so she'll kind of keep an ear out, but we'll be meditating for half the time.
Yeah, I mean that's why they say that they made sure to add light activity because it's like, yeah, it's mostly for the elf/warforged players because warforged don't need to sleep either because robot.
Robot.
It's like Willie just waddles his beep. Oh, so we're
Wait,
doing a
who's
rest? Okay. Collapses.
Nobody's allowed to snooze till you've eaten your dinner.
Willie wakes up. How long is dinner gonna take?
Maybe 5 more minutes.
Cool.
It's too late. Puddles is already out. She
I'm
fell
gonna-
asleep in the tub.
No.
I'll be right back. I gotta, do some stuff. Haha. And he's very awkward about it, but he's just basically gonna go take a breather. But also, he wants to try and pray to Lathander. He doesn't know how this shit works, but he does want to, like, ask the guy, like, what can I do in return for you basically saving my ass?
one sec, guys. I can select you. You go. Okay. So if you're wanting to pray to Lathander, you're going to need one of Lathander's holy symbols to do that. So I don't know if you have one, or you want to try to. If you want a joint research with someone more religiously knowledgeable than you on maybe creating a makeshift one.
Yeah, I can if I know what one like looks like, I can just make one with performance of creation.
Oh yeah, okay.
Didn't we already make one?
Oh yeah,
when we
you
were
did.
trying to.
So yeah, okay, then yeah, you could absolutely do that. And I think you absolutely could just do that, or just make one here.
Yeah, Willie already made one based on that statue when we were trying to wake that guy up.
Okay, so you already have one on hand. I don't know. Does the thing that performance of creation make disappear?
I don't know. Oh no, wait, it was.
Let's see.
I don't. No, wait, it was for that other god, wasn't it?
It was for Torm.
It was
Yeah.
Oh, it was for Torm.
That's
Yeah, it was
right.
for Torm.
Okay, sorry.
But it's so when I make a performance of creation object, it lasts for currently 3 hours. So like I'd still have it, but
Yeah.
I can make a new one. Because I have slots. I can expend a spell slot. This is what I mean by I need long rests. Because normally you're allowed to do performance of creation without using a spell slot if you've had a long rest first.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use a spell slot before this long rest kicks in to just make a holy symbol so that Willie can be a good little Christian boy now.
Also, in
Willie,
in
your
case of
character-
emergencies,
Finally, his slut days are over.
Oh.
in case of
I've
emergencies,
taken an oath.
in case of emergencies, Olga's crossbow can probably be used too, because
It literally has
Yeah.
Lathander's holy symbol.
Yeah, but he's not gonna ask her for her crossbow.
that's what I
That's her
said. In case of
crossbow.
emergencies,
Okay. But yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna go off on his own and make a little holy symbol, and he's gonna pray.
Okay. Religion check.
Great. I don't know if I'm good at that.
I guess we'll see.
No, okay, I have a +2 in religion. That's not bad. I'm going to use one of my lucky feet to reroll that.
Okay.
Because I'm getting it back anyway after this rest, baby!
Ooh.
So, you know.
Might as well.
But do you want to know what the first number I rolled was?
What was that?
A 1.
Oh!
Oh no.
No, I think that might have been
Fortunately, the
enough.
second number.
That might have been
No.
enough.
The
Yeah,
second
I think we
number I
might have just
rolled.
barely got it.
Second number I rolled. Second number I rolled was an 18, and I have a +2, so that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Like what? The one is just
Really
hidden.
struggle with religion continues until he's like, "Come on, please."
The one is just really ripping a fat one as he's trying to pray.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Please pretend you didn't hear that.
I'm sorry, my lord, for the flesh that doth flap behind my backside. Okay, so you hold on to. So Willie. So you walk about and you try to find the closest thing to, like, I guess, like a holy site for Lathander, which the closest for you would be like maybe one of the paladins who were buried here. And so you do find like a statue of like a paladin with like his symbol, the symbol of Lathander, which is like the half sun. In fact, if you're just for your purposes, Del, in case you're wanting to just know, if you just want to know what that symbol is. Yeah, here's a banner. So there's Lathander's symbol.
Ooh, fun.
It's just the sun. So So you find a paladin with that symbol on, you sort of kneel down, and you try to... You pray, and you do feel him... You do feel sort of a warm feeling in your chest. You do feel that he is connecting to you. And you don't necessarily get a word from him this time. But you're getting sort of the feeling of... You're getting the feeling that he is, in fact, watching you. He's watching you. And it's sort of like a feeling of encouragement. It's sort of like it's... Clearly, this is a feeling of just like... This... Of almost sort of like a fatherly figure, just sort of like... You know, just sort of kneeling down next to you, and it's just sort of like... Sort of like a... Unexpected sort of warm feeling in your chest a little bit. It's sort of like... It's almost an encouraging sort of feeling a little bit. Sort of like a keep at it.
Yeah, he is not used to this kind of thing. It's very pleasant, but in the back of his mind, he's almost a little unnerved just because he hasn't felt something like that since he left his old home. But it's less unnerved and more just like oh, this is unfamiliar, but like not in a bad way, just unfamiliar.
You do feel when you get up, and you sort of feel a little bit of a tingle from the longsword that you have. And at the base of the hilt of the longsword, you start to notice this tiny little flicker. Because you know that little wavy, curly feeling that you have, that curly design that you have on the hilt on the sword?
Yes.
The base of it has like a tiny hair's worth of a tiny little gold spot. It's looking like it's sort of growing along that path a little bit.
Ooh.
So yeah, there you go. Nothing's changed about the sword. That's just that one cosmetic little detail. So yeah, Lathander has basically told Willie to just sort of keep at it.
Like it's like, what do I do to like thank you? And he's like, bro, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the good deed already, bro.
Well, yeah. If Willie did ask a specific question, well, that's going to require a very different spell. I think it's augury. Let's see. Augury, I think it's called.
I guess for now, Willie's just settling for putting out the vibe of like, hi, thanks. Through his prayer. He's just like, hi, thanks. I'm not like a paladin or a cleric, but like, you're cool.
He's like, but you're getting the feeling that he's not opposed to having you be any of those things. Lathander's certainly not opposed to that idea. But now you get the feeling that his eyes are definitely on you now. And he is watching you.
Yeah.
Okay. Queen, what is Enzo doing for his long rest?
Oh no. I have had no thoughts this whole time.
Brain smooth.
Brain so smooth. 100% was not registering. Oh, hey, Enzo would have to be too. All I thought about was sleep. Sleep time. Eat Olga food. Sleep. Mm-hmm.
Must eat the food. No one will get away with not eating it.
Exactly. Oh yes, of course. He would not sleep before he could have Olga's delicious cooking. But I do think for the most part, I can't think of anything for Enzo to do in particular.
Okie doke.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say just for everyone's the benefit, I guess, or for anyone to notice if they so choose. You know how Willie was upset after he died? You know, like a rational fucking response.
Yep.
Enzo doesn't really have that response. He does not seem bothered in the slightest after all that has happened.
Yeah. So
he was more bothered by the fight with the dwarf, the shitty fucking dwarf, than he is by actually fucking dying.
yeah. The coin, whose soul coin of which I believe Olga is the one that has, correct?
Nope.
No, I have that.
Oh, you still have his coin. Okay.
Oh yeah, that shit's in my pocket.
That shit's in your pocket. And
Haha, dumb bitch.
I forgot. Do we have two between us?
you do.
We have his, the dwarfs, and then someone else's.
You have the mystery person who is the only thing that you could hear was weeping from that coin. No one has bothered to try to find out the identity of that coin yet. And I think Olga is the one that has the weeping coin.
Yeah, she does. If anybody does want to try and figure it out, Olga's probably, ADHD brain fucking forgot.
Hey, phone, why are you beeping at me? Why are you bugging me? I have my own whining little tiny thing. It's called this phone that won't stop pinging me. That's what you pinged me for? Okay. Apparently my phone really wanted me to know about news about Pokemon. Okay, cool.
Yeah, baby!
Bye. So yeah. Y'all have 2 soul coins. Alright. Unless that is everything that everyone wants to do, we'll go ahead and just unless you want to play out the whole eating of Olga's delicious soup or delicious whatever Olga is making.
Probably more like a stew.
Just a stew.
Because she would want to make something like thick and hearty.
Yeah.
And also spicy.
Willie would appreciate that. Willie would, come back from his little walk and just be like, "Oh, soup's on, stew's on, hey, food's on."
Yeah.
I forget.
We'll make sure everybody gets food.
I forget which one of you pulled the demon mist from the vial.
Oh, that was me. That was Olga. She did not use that in her cooking.
I was just thinking, if someone wanted to, they could do that as a prank. Like, drop a drop of that into one of the stews. But nah, Olga's not.
But is not using that in her food. She respects food too much.
Respects food. Respect too much. Respect a lot.
I think the only time she'd do something like that is during a festival where there's food aplenty. Right now, food it's not to be fucked around with. They are in hell.
They are in the literal first layer of hell. So no. All right. So if that is the case, so yeah, you all eat of Olga's very delicious stew.
Puddles is gonna have to eat leftovers because she fell asleep as soon as she was out of sight.
Yeah, you see her just sort of.
Oh no, she's not getting away with that. Olga's gonna go find her, nudge her, and be like, "Eat your damn stew."
So you just sort of walk over and just.
I mean, if you find her, she's asleep, half naked in a bathtub.
Just laying on the equivalent of a lily pad somehow.
Give her one of those like.
Her head's just kind of on the rim,
Hmm.
and she's like sprawled. You know how frogs can sprawl and just sort of float on the top naturally? That's what she's doing in her sleep. But she's like pretty much mostly naked. That's why she went and hid.
Yep, so you just see this. By the way, this will be the first time you get to see Puddles' coloration. She is a golden grung.
She's orange.
Or she's orange, yeah.
Ooh.
She's an orange grung.
And she's covered in markings.
And she's covered in little tree frog
Our
markings.
golden gal.
Well, her orange gal.
So pretty.
Good luck waking her up, because you can't touch her. I mean,
Well,
you
she was
could
just
if you
gonna-
wanted to, but...
My first thought was she was going to start tapping at the tub with the spoon. I think that would make a pretty decent noise in that water.
Yep. So
She's not going to slam it.
Should I roll to see if she wakes up?
insight
Insight?
or perception.
Perception. Let me see. Because she's pretty out of it.
Perception at disadvantage then. So that means you take the lower roll.
7 or 9. So 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. So that you clearly are just kind of bothered by it a little bit, but you of course you do hear it, much to your chagrin. So you kind of just open up one eye.
And then she immediately shrieks. It's like,
So
get
then
out!
so
Go!
So she does is
And kind of tries to dive under the water.
Olga flinches, but she doesn't she's not startled that bad. She's had this exact situation before. And she's like, you fell asleep. I didn't realize you were going to sleep. It's still you still got to eat.
I guess Petals can hear that from the water.
yeah,
So
it's like muffled, but you can hear it.
so she kind of sticks her head back up and is like making grumbling sounds. It's like,
Just angry bubbles, angry mouth bubbles.
it's like, fine, but let me get dressed.
No, that's fine. Listen, you can eat here if you want. I just want to make sure you eat something.
Wait, did she bring soup with her?
Yeah, she brought the stew over.
Aww.
That's why she had the spoon to tap at the tub with.
Oh, that's true.
She's holding the spoon and she holds them out for her. Like, you can eat in the tub. I'm not your real mom.
And Puddles grumbles a grumpy thank you.
You're welcome. And then she goes. No one will leave unfed.
And she does. She eats the soup.
Mm-hmm. Angry bubbles underwater. Eat your dinner or else.
Honey, our group is so cute. You can't corrupt us. You're not allowed.
Oh, is that right? Is that right?
Yes.
I'm not allowed to.
No.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works.
Derm, did you not hear your wife say, no, you can't do that?
They're too wholesome.
We'll talk about this at the honeymoon, huh? Just know, y'all said it was consenting. Y'all said it could.
We said you could, and then your wife said no. So, like, hers
who the
kind of
authority
trumps
is.
everything. Just saying.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay.
Still figuring out my million spells, which ones I want to keep.
Oh
Let's see.
yeah, because you can prep certain spells.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess I won't use this.
All right. So you all have that nice long rest. You sleep well. Let's see. Just a quick question about that ring of mind shielding.
Yes.
So that it only block telekinesis, or does it block all things that involve like penetrating?
Let me check. Ring of Mind Shielding. While wearing this ring, you are immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it. You can use an action to cause the ring to become invisible, to use another action to make it visible, until you remove the ring, or until you die. Okay, so I guess the ring's visible right now. Oh, well, no, because I didn't die. I didn't fail my death saves. If you die while wearing the ring, your soul enters it. Unless it already houses a soul, you can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. As long as your soul is in the ring, you can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it. A wearer can't prevent this telepathic communication.
Oh.
So only if something is in the ring can it get into Enzo's mind, unless he allows it.
Ah. Okie doke. Only if you allow.
Also, hey, I just realized if Enzo dies, it's totally okay, guys. Just pick up the ring. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So I guess Enzo, huh? Enzo is like...
Haha, I'm immortal.
Almost immortal. You're semi-immortal.
We're gonna stick you into the body of a baby.
Hold on.
Reborn, reborn.
I ain't the type of DM to do rebirth charts. An old DM in high school used to do that. Made my half-orc turn into like a tiny little fire mephit. It was weird. Also, I couldn't help but just make pothead jokes with him just lighting weed off the top of his head the entire time. Which the DM found very annoying, but I, at the time, found very amusing. As one would. As one would. Okay, so... Yeah, it is the next day. You all are nice and rested up after having a nice dinner and meal. And you all sort of walk out and step out of the, y'all step out of the pits, and yeah, Avernus still looks gray, still looks red and grim, and those big old spikes, those big old pins at all ends are still kind of at each edge of Elturel. But you're lucky in that the descent, the actual descent into Avernus is very, very slow. Like, super slow. Okay, so, as you all wake up, Lulu just sort of coming up, just looking nice and refreshed.
Okay, right. So getting out of Elturel.
She's like, oh, she didn't think that far. Getting out of Elturel.
Let's see. Well, we can do. How many of you know how to fly?
I can fall gently now.
I can climb a very slow but steady staircase.
That's true.
I've got Featherfall.
I can climb too.
Oh, right. The metal spikes with the chains. We could, in theory, climb down those. In fact, there is one near here, pretty close, I think. We could try that. Or, let's see, we could try rock climbing down that with some rope.
Lulu is nervous. She did not think that far. But
Oh, honey, she's so amazing and wonderful.
So, yeah, that's the only thing that she can think of, because those are the only two options that she pointed out. You can head to the metal spikes and try climbing down the iron. You could try climbing down. You could try falling down, if you wanted to use Featherfall to fall down. Or... what else could you do? Sorry. Those are the ideas that the book suggests, and thus Lulu is allowed to tell you.
I do have some rope.
So where are we going? We're trying to
You're trying.
get into Avernus?
You're trying to get to the because the city is basically kind of held suspended up, kind of like a balloon with chains, and you're trying to get down onto the ground of Avernus proper and head to the scrapyard, as Lulu has described it.
Time to jump, baby. Climbing the chains is probably a good idea. I don't have anything else I can do except, like, rope and shit. I feel like if the chains are there, why waste the time getting the rope out? Because we don't know how far down it goes anyway. I know I only have 50 feet, I guess.
I wish we talked about this before we rested. I could have let somebody attune with my featherfall ring. Because climbing's no big deal for me.
Let's see.
I don't think climbing's necessarily a big deal for me either. Because, I mean, I'm okay with it.
So it seems like, El Terrell at this point, specifically if you were to look at the chains, so I'm going to say that Lulu just sort of, she did sort of describe to you that the chains were like 30 feet long, where each chain link is about 30 feet long and 20 feet wide. And is formed by a welded loop of infernal iron that is 5 feet thick. So each chain, it's about a 30-foot drop essentially. So yeah, you could try climbing it if you had a climber's kit, because it says here you could try to find and create equipment to assist you down there. The book even suggests if you want to go ahead and make a survival check, you can try creating parachutes, gliders, or hot air balloons, but that one is a difficult one to do.
So I do have to ask, if Puddle's movement is the same vertical as it is horizontal, does she need to get tools to climb, or since she's always going on the walls and stuff?
I think that it'd just be your speed at which you can move.
It's the speed in which you can move, not how well you can climb. How well you can climb is a different matter entirely.
But, like, if it's the same as it is when she's moving horizontally, doesn't that mean that she's not hindered by climbing at all?
Yeah, it would mean you gain any. I guess in that sort of respect, since you have that, I guess I could see the argument of maybe an advantage on the climb roll, or on the athletics roll. So yeah, you can go ahead and try that.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to assume she's fine, but she might look for stuff to help other people.
Okay, you want to do a survival check?
Sure. Let me see.
Let's try to find stuff that might help.
Oh, there it is.
Phone, I swear to God.
Is that Pokemon again?
Nope. This time it's about the weather.
13.
So 13 on a survival check.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you are able to find some makeshift cloth and some wood around the scrapped buildings around the area a little bit, that if someone were to try to sleight of hand it or something, or were to try to futz with it a little bit, they could, in theory, make a hand glider for maybe 2 hand gliders for 2 people. And that's about it.
Is anybody good at building stuff?
I could give it a try.
Hmm?
I say having no advantage building stuff, but Enzo would try.
Let's see.
What would that even be?
Let's have you roll a straight. I'm spacing. Imagine Willie is following along. Well, you could decide to make that an intelligence check just to see if you would know how to build a glider, and then from there,
Here, I'll roll 2 since she found it.
yeah, and from there, sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, she don't
Let's
know.
see how dumb Enzo is.
She got a 7.
Yeah, that's an 8.
No, 7.
Whatever.
I got a 10.
Willie actually knows. Okay, so Willie knows.
Willie, you clever lad.
So Willie knows how to build the gliders. I'm going to chalk that up to.
But will he build?
Yeah, I'm going to chalk that up to Willie's time in the circus, considering I would imagine that would be an act. The paragliders were an act in the circus, so he knows. So I guess if Willie wanted to build 2 paragliders or 2 gliders for 2 folks, he could with a sleight of hand check. Willie's like, ugh. You know, this was the job of 2 other guys before this. I didn't think I'd have to do the prop work, but fine. I'm a freaking performer.
More along the lines of, yeah, I'm the frickin' monkey again.
I'm the monkey again. Like, for Pete's sake, I'm a
I thought you were a dog.
not a handyman.
Looks at Olga, and he does not look amused.
Wait, what did she say? What did Olga say?
I thought you were a dog.
14. Okay. So you are with the scrap wood and the rope that was provided to you. You know, you're able to make some fairly okay paragliders. Though you suspect that with the limited supply that you have, these are kind of a one shot, one use sort of thing. You could only use these exactly once, and then you pretty well wager that these things will probably fall apart the minute you hit the ground.
This is why I wasn't in charge of making these back home.
I mean, it's better than what I could do.
It looks stable enough, I think. At least for one use. So that's good. That's good.
That's what we need.
Sure, step right up. Take a chances with Willy Wonderful's amazing death trap.
I mean,
He offers them to whoever wants them.
Puddle stamps her foot. She's like, "Look, if you want to find other material that will work, you think would work better, be my guest."
The only other material that you were able to get is a very large blanket that you guess could be balloon shaped.
Feel like I'm the only one who looked.
I mean, Willy could take that blanket and be like, yeah, I could easily use this to fall down. Anyone want my feather fall scroll?
Enzo reaches out for a hang glider. And he says, I trust your capabilities, Willy.
Bold move, my friend. And he hands it over.
Was he? How many did he make?
2. He made 2.
Oh, we'll use the other one.
You sure you don't want my feather fall scroll? We can feather fall.
You made it. I got one of these. If I die, I'll probably pop up around here somewhere.
Fair enough.
Did she say if I die, I'll probably pop up here? It's like,
Around here.
around
She's
here.
joking. It's a little bit joke,
Oh.
but it's like, you know, this is
Wait.
where dead people happen. So
Oh, wait.
Lulu's just sort of confused. Like, she just sort of looks over like,
Puddles and Lulu are both giving her a look at that.
Like what? Like, what shit have you done?
Right?
What shit have you done?
No.
That's what Puddles is thinking.
We're already here. You think this place is gonna give up a soul? Doesn't matter where my soul would go.
Oh, she didn't say it out loud.
We're giving her a look.
So before you guys head off, Ultgard does come out to give you a bow and to thank you for your heroic services, and he wishes you well. And before you all depart, he does hand each of you a small stipend of gold, a little bit to help you along the way. Each of you have 250 gold. He hands that to each of you.
Nice.
And Puddles will
Sweet.
make sure that he knows that we were telling people to come to the
To the church.
Yeah, to the church as a safety place.
No, I was like, well, no worries.
Wait, how much gold?
250, baby. So he's like, no worries. Our new defender, I guess, Thrustwell, his name is. He says that he might be able to use the helmet as some added protection for the city while you all go on your quest to, I suppose, find the sword. But I wish all of you the best. I'm sorry I could not help more than, I suppose, this modest sum, but...
Hey, the fact that you can spare any during these sort of times is nice.
But I would only warn you to tread carefully in the land. This place does have a way of changing a person in unexpected ways. Hold tight to who you are. Or at least who you believe you are. So Puddles grips the holy symbol.
Oh, also, speaking of that, Olga, I completely spaced on mentioning it. Olga did pass over Gargunth to Willie, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so by now, Gargunth and Willie are completely attuned.
So that Gargunth was like +2 to armor class, so
Yes, he was.
now I'm down to 13.
Yep, but luckily Olga has the defender feat, so that should make up for it.
I do not. I have durable,
You have
which
durable,
doesn't do me
sorry.
any good. Durable doesn't do me any good during battle. It just kind of helps me after battle.
Whoopsie. Well,
Still, you're one of the like long rangers we have. Like
Yeah.
even your main weapon's long range.
so it's
So like you're gonna be getting
Oh yeah.
hit a lot less considering.
yeah. So with
Yep, that's why I'm willing to give up the two armor points.
all right. So now that you all are ready for your travels to go, I'm gonna tell you your roles for what you have to do. Okay. So let's do the two paragliders first.
Go ahead, Derm. Kill us.
Rip in
Oh,
peace.
No.
Olga gives Enzo the peace sign before jumping.
So for the two paragliders, let's see. So a dexterity saving throw check.
Oh, hey, I just got a great feat about that, maybe possibly. Oh wait, that's just dodging. Never mind.
That's
Aw.
that's a dex check.
Dodge the ground.
Do it.
Yeah. I mean, actually, like, what is it?
Well, you're
It's
just,
what are you asking us to roll? A saving throw?
yeah, it's a saving throw. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I mean, it's well, no, this is falling. This is definitely different because there's a whole different feat about that slow fall.
Yeah.
So yeah, never mind.
I got an 18.
Nice.
I did not get an 18.
You did not get an 18.
No.
Nope.
I
I got an 8.
Oh!
No.
Oh! Okay. Oh. Oh shit. How many times do I have to heal you? Okay.
Go on. Go on.
Okay. So, uh, probability, because I have a way to save you. But it's
I call to swap our roles.
No.
No.
Olga has family.
Olga got a feat that lets her heal a minimum of 6 points per hit die.
Okay. So, this is gonna be one of those change things that I told you. But trust me, the alternative was also just letting you fall to the ground.
One of those change things that you talked about, like a curse.
You'll see what I mean. So, so you try. So Enzo, you fly down, and well, let's get everyone else's rolls out of the way first, and then I'll describe how you screwed up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since I rolled so good, would it be within reason that Olga could cast something if she sees things are going awry for Enzo? That's question one.
Sure. You both jumped off at the same time, so you would see Enzo. Enzo would be in your line of sight, if that's what you mean.
Oh wait, this is actually probably a much smarter idea. I was gonna say, would shrinking help with falling? And actually, probably not.
No.
I feel like I would take more damage.
No.
As the
when
would
you're
be
small,
quite larger.
No.
When you're small, you're much lighter. I could make you bigger.
I don't know. I kind of want to keep my fuck up and see what Derm's got.
All right.
Okay, so let's do the other two. So you two are climbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an athletics check. That is a straight up athletics check.
Let's see, what's my athletics? What is athletics? Is that strength?
That is a strength test.
Well, that's silly.
If you want to exchange that for a dex roll, you could.
Yes.
Just a dex saving throw.
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
The way
much.
she is, yeah, since she's a little froggo who can stick to wall, I feel like that fit.
Right.
So let's see.
Okay.
So 17 plus 3.
You do that perfectly then.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Willie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Featherfall, bro.
Yeah, okay.
What do you fucking want from me?
Okay, so Willie, you just cast Featherfall. In fact, just as a bit of a joke, you Mary Poppins it, essentially. And just fly with the umbrella down.
Yep.
Everyone
Hell
going
yeah.
down so easy, and then Enzo's just...
No, you know what he does? He holds up Gargunth as if Gargunth is like the top of an umbrella. It makes no logical sense, but that's how it works. Because he's feather falling.
Yes.
I feel a little insulted by this.
Ah, you like my hang glider, my parachute.
Anyways, so to the fuck up. Okay, so Enzo.
Oh.
So as you're gliding down, you do start to realize that the glider is in fact not all that greatly constructed as you thought it was. So as it gets closer to the ground, it does break a little. Luckily, thanks to the probability roll, you don't fall into the river Styx. So, okay, that's good. However, you do fall into a nearby pool of green bubbly liquid. And so you do land into there. So...
Ooh, spa day!
So, Now you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Where is anything? Saving throw?
Yes.
19.
Okay. So, so the worst that okay, good. So the worst that happens to you is so you come out of that and no, your
Yay!
death is painless instead of pain. No. So you come out of there. You feel like your skin might have tingled a little bit in there for a moment, but other than that, the liquid just kind of smells weird, and you just kind of smell gross. Like whatever that stuff was trying to do, it wasn't able to do it.
I need a bath. Hey, Puddles.
Ooh.
Can I borrow your raptor?
Olga has like some nice smelling stuff. She has perfumes.
So you all so after Enzo Family Guy death collapses onto the ground, splashing. So yeah, each of you just sort of come down one by one, and yeah.
Enzo, what did you land in? You stink.
Well, it was either this, the ground, or a river of death, so.
In fact, Enzo gestures over at the river he barely missed. In fact, when you look over, you do see, and it's sort of illustrated on your stream too, on your map too, that makeshift map that you have. This red sort of river that goes everywhere. In fact, I suppose you do hear distant moaning coming from that river. Ghostly wails.
It's so grimaces.
Yes, I suppose that was preferable. Though you are quite lucky to come out with no extra appendages.
And so looks down himself, still covered in goo, I guess.
It's like
And starts kind of like wiping it
Olga-
off, like.
Olga pulls out her flask and gives the word for like to cause a gallon to come out and just kind of starts letting a little hose for him to use if he wants.
That Pour Some Sugar on Me song starts playing.
She just starts fucking blasting him with the full
Water.
That would probably get him nice and clean if she did the full blast. It would knock him down, but
yes.
I think it does damage. Hang on.
Oh no.
Well, it's Geyser for that one. Let's see. The target must succeed in a DC 13 strength saving throw or take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone.
Hold on.
I think she just used fountain and the produce 5 gallons of water.
Oh,
Jesus.
Enzo's
Do you want do you want me to produce it? Do you want me to produce many more?
No.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Let's see. So from where you finally stand, you do see that. Yep, the Earth is as red, deserty, and aridy as you would come to imagine from such a blatantly sort of destroyed place. It is very.
This- I was just gonna say, like, it sounded like that's as to be expected. He's like, this is 100% not what I expected, or Olga.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if you were to
Desert.
step. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like if you were to actually step on the surface of Mars, essentially. Except, I guess if you were to look a little bit closely, you do sort of see. It seems like, weirdly enough, like the place is sort of almost kind of like a constant mirage everywhere. It's almost kind of like the land itself is kind of screwing with you a little bit.
Huh. We should definitely put effort in not separating.
Yeah, that might be best.
Mm-hmm.
That is advised, yes.
No splitting the party allowed.
Yeah, probably not the best thing to do here.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see how you're traveling on foot. Because, you know.
I could travel by tub.
Okay, you want to travel by tub?
No, that was a joke.
I mean, Olga could make it big. We could all travel by tub.
That actually would be really cute, but I don't know how we'd guide it. It is blind.
I mean, Lulu would just kind of be like the seeing eye dog for the tub. Lulu can fly.
Is it ideal to not walk across it?
Well, I guess you would have to ask Lulu or Gargunth.
That's true. Yeah, so Puddles is looking at him and is like, what would be the best way to travel, you think, around here?
Well, you shouldn't be touching the dirt for too long. The very land itself has been known to tempt those into inclinations that may be deemed unsavory.
Do shoes help?
That's dirt. She kicks at it a little. The dirt grunted?
No, that was just Gargunth. Just like a little bit of dust got near him.
Oh, like she didn't kick that hard. It was just like a little little kicky.
Oh, okay.
It's very dramatic dirt.
That dirt grunted. She's attacking it.
Fucking hate the ground! And then you start punching it.
No,
this
you do that.
is how it goes.
Just a tiny little bug crawls out.
Oh gosh.
There's a tiny little dune bug.
I
Huh.
mean it though. Do shoes protect us, or?
For a time.
Ah, shoot. Sorry. My enlarge reduce only lasts 1 minute, so making the tub big wouldn't help.
But if you should travel, it should only be for some time.
For how long?
I hit the floor. You're just hitting the floor.
Oh good no.
Well, since you do have Gargunth as a guide, Gargunth can at least try to guide you in the direction that Lulu's wanting to go to. In fact, Gargunth even kind of offers up that just sort of like...
The lands may be ever shifting, but if what the elephant here says is true, and this fort is only 10 miles away, I may be able to at least steer the direction forward and help us not get as distracted.
That's good.
That'd be real helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
For now, your survival is my survival.
Yeah, I know. Still a buddy.
Presumptuous, but fine.
Uh-oh. That wasn't a good noise.
Okay. That means I have to now that you are. Okay, so a different area on the map. So let's see. What did I just accidentally do? Because the numbers didn't match up, which means now I have to think up a separate encounter now, or a small encounter. So let me see.
Spoilers.
How long have we been going by the by?
Which it has been about. We were 3:45 last I checked. 3:45. So, yeah, I can just go ahead and call a break. Unless you're wanting to just stop here for the night.
I hate to make us cut off early, but
I would rather you be
I've
honest.
been having so much trouble focusing.
I mean, you have had
Yeah.
a rough time lately with your dog and stuff.
You're valid, babe.
Yeah, like
Yep.
and again, it's not helped by the fact that this dog stuff happened right as my dad had to take a week-long business trip, so he hasn't been home to help with anything.
Fair enough. Then cool. We can call it stops here, I guess.
We got some progress.
And then when we return, we'll be on a journey
It'll give him
to the
time.
place.
Yeah, and it'll give him time to come up with like an encounter.
Yep. Because now I have to think up something. All right. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording.